Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your Daily Bite of Degen, episode number 672, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, Dallas, Texas. And we are here with two amazing people in the music industry. We are here with Emily Lazar and Taco Gala. GM, everyone.
GM.
How are you guys doing today?
This is my dog. Well, not my dog. This is my guitarist dog and his mom's dog, Kenji. So he's joined us on the podcast today. So nice. I'm just trying to get his toy away from him. Okay.
What's up, Kenji? See, that's what happens when you try to take a toy from a man. It gets violent.
For real, though. Let's be real. Let's be real about that.
Taco, how would you act if we tried to take away one of your toys?
I'd flip a table and walk out.
I can totally see you doing that.
I want to take something to see you do that.
Yeah, you do.
I want to shout out to everyone joining us on LinkedIn, Player One Taco YouTube, 0xDegens YouTube, Twitch, Twitter Video, Kick, Rumble, and on-chain via Unlonely, and on Solana via Filecoin, thanks to Soul Media Tech. That is a lot.
Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, you got a lot going on.
A lot going on. Soul Media Tech.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with that Solana Bytes thing? Are you using that yet? Did you just figure that out?
Solana Bytes.
You didn't hear about that today?
I did. I knew about that yesterday.
Okay.
They turned that on. It's regional right now. It's coming out in phases, I think. It might be for everyone. I don't know yet. I haven't had a chance to get into it, but it's adding SocialFi to Twitter,
Nice. Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. You can put it anywhere. It's great links that you can put all around the internet, and it's a great way to onboard people to crypto and also to Solana, but more or less it's crypto integration without integrating crypto, which is, I think, how we onboard people in this capacity. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to do with Solana. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not a paid advertiser. I just play with dogs and go on tour. That's all. Anyway,
man,
okay. Hi.
You create amazing metal music.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We like what we do. So.
Yeah. So let's introduce you to everyone. So, Taco, who are you?
Man, that's a big question on your show. Sometimes I'm Taco, and sometimes I'm other Taco, depending on the situation. It's situational. Right now, I'm other Taco for sure. When we were at Consensus together, we didn't go together, but I spent a bunch of time with you there. I was definitely other Taco there, but I think if we were at a September morning show, I'd be Taco.
Yes. Well, unless I get it confused, let's do a throwback to the first time that we all met. Do we have the video? Can we play the video? Do you have the video queued up? Because that would be hilarious. Because when was that? New York City NFT NYC, whatever. And yeah. I thought that you were you and you were the you. And I was like, oh my God, what? And I was there with my friend Wes Henry, and Wes was laughing hysterically for 3 days after that because it was so ridiculous. That was really funny. Anyway.
I thought that was amazing. It was one of those things to where I was getting a lot of calls from people to help with things. So it was oh, awesome. Someone amazing trusts me with something. And then you're my launch is tomorrow. Where and I'm I don't know, but I will try to find out. And then you're on Discord, and I'm okay, it's definitely not me because I wouldn't launch something on Discord.
Oops.
But then, you can't even how great it was. Literally after us talking, you walking away, sort of perplexed, and Taco walks up to you.
And he's like, hey, I'm Taco. And I'm like, wait, what?
Like, no, I just talked to Taco. You're an imposter. And security came and I got dragged out of the building.
Okay, that did not happen.
No.
Weird.
So
But that was funny.
I am Taco. I'm community manager of Gala Music. I'm also Emily, are we gonna talk about that other thing? When are we gonna talk about that other thing?
I mean, I'd like to talk about that other thing, Taco, but do we talk about that other thing? We haven't talked about that to the other person to talk about the other thing.
Can we talk about it loosely? Because Taco's the one that
Yes.
we would talk about it with.
I would love to talk to Taco about it. So
Okay,
if
so we'll
you
get to
are
that.
down, I'm down, and then we can both be blamed for our mishap if you know.
Yeah. Emily and I are
Okay.
involved in another project together outside of musical endeavors, which we'll get to. But that's my story.
All
mostly.
shenanigans. We do all shenanigans together at this point.
So many shenanigans. You get to a
So many
point in your
shenanigans.
life where if you find somebody who you enjoy shenanigan with, then you just, you partner up. You get to it. You're like,
Exactly.
all right, lock it in.
This is how it happens. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I would consider both of you to be people I enjoy shenanigan with.
I think that's a made up word. Yes, I think that's a made up word.
What's the right word then?
But I'm here for it. So I think it is shenaniganging. I think that's going to be the word.
That's the act.
I don't think that's a word, but we're making it a word. That's our word.
Okay. So okay.
Shenaniganging. Shenaniganging. Is that it? Shenanigans. Shenaniganing. Shenaniganing.
Yeah, that's right.
Shenaniganing.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
There we go. All right. So you're the community manager of Go Gala Music. How did you get into music?
Great question. Is it accidental? I mean, I've always enjoyed music, right?
Okay.
It was more, how did I get into Gala? And when I found, just as I was getting into Gala, on like the game side, they were rolling out music, and I raised my hand and I said, hey, I'm going to do that thing. And they said, great. And so that's how music happened. It was going to be games, and then I self-pivoted.
Okay.
But you kind of do games too, right? You kind of do games too now.
I can.
You're like the Taco of all trades.
Yeah, when film started, I was the first community manager also in film.
Yeah.
Until they got too big, and then we brought in Kibby, who's amazing, to be that community manager focusing on film. So now I'm the primary music, but I'm comfortable bridging all of it.
You're a man of many hats. You're a taco of many shells.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
I like community, and so like wherever I can jump in and help, I will. Okay. How's that?
That works. I
like that.
All right.
I'm here for it.
And then we have the beautiful Emily Lazar. That I always want to say laser. I just want to say
oh my God. My friend Sahaj that I wrote a lot of songs with, he always called me Laser Beam. He's like, what's up, Laser Beam? he's like, if you do a DJ project, that's got to be your name. Laser Beam, DJ Laser Beam. Yeah, I mean, you guys know my story. I'm a musician. I'm a professional touring musician. In the band September Morning, I started that band. It's based on a graphic novel of the same name. Wrote and published through Image Comics with Mark Silvestri. We're doing another comic book series for September Morning coming out like later this year. And we've been working on it a lot. So I'm very excited to put it out there. The universe is amazing, and it's really developed quite nicely. So can't wait for you guys to see it and read it. That's coming out. And yeah, we play the characters on stage. We've performed in like Europe, United States, Canada. We've done festivals in Europe, United States, Canada, performed with everybody from like Marilyn Manson to Slipknot and festivals and stuff. We're doing a festival called Summerfest in July, on July 4th, coming up. And that is going to be with Maroon 5 and yay, and Sleeping with Sirens and Carly Rae Jepsen and a lot of really cool bands that are performing that weekend. And we're just really thrilled to be here and, you know, working with Gala a lot. Been doing a lot of stuff with them. We're going to have something special coming up real soon with them. And I was the first female hard rock, heavy rock musician to mint and sell an NFT on chain. So, you know, we have about 2,000 plus collectors on chain, over 9 platforms or something like that. And yeah, just doing my thing, like trying to kind of adapt and expand through Web3 what we've been doing in Web2, and you know, do music differently, because I think that it needs to be done differently and music needs to be valued more. And I think Web3 is a great value prop for music. So I'm glad to be here with that.
Awesome.
Emily, sorry, I'm going to jump in, Taco. Emily, how would you compare your excitement to performing at Summerfest versus performing in New Bedford, Massachusetts?
I mean, well, you were there in New Bedford, so the excitement was through the roof. It was crazy. Like, I was so nervous going on stage. Like, I was like, oh my God, Taco is here. Like, it's like having Clive Davis in the audience. It's like the same thing. But yeah, Summerfest is going to be rad. I'm kind of hoping that you're going to show up. I'm like really hoping. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm very, very excited about Summerfest. It's probably the biggest festival we've ever played. So it's going to be pretty dope.
Now, are you taking, this is very wide swath from you touring with Marilyn Manson to playing the same stage as Carly Rae Jepsen.
Well, it's not the same thing. We're playing the Bud Light stage. I think she's playing a different stage, but it's the same festival. So, okay. But yeah, it's definitely like a leap. But our music, if you know our band, like I said, we're based on a comic book. So our music kind of encapsulates like different genre, a little bit of different genres. It's all in rock, but we definitely have some like, you know, pop influence on some of the songs. And then we're heavier into like metal and other songs like Body Count, which is out on Gala, and you guys can pick them up if you want. It's a great song. Definitely pick that one up. It's at radio right now. It's on the charts. It's doing great. Anyway, but like, yeah, so shameless plug. I could like drop the link. Anyway, but yeah, it's so it's pretty cool that like I like to look at September Morning, and I've always looked at the band as not just like a genre specific band, but like a comic book band. So like it encapsulates all different emotions in it, because you know, through the storyline you get all these different emotions. So to like just put it into like one singular thing like that is not really like what I like to do, but yeah, so it's a little bit different than most bands. Yeah.
So did the comic come first or the band come first, or did they come out of each other?
So the storyline came first, like the comics came first, and the band, I mean, I always wanted to do a band that was based on a storyline, that had a strong storyline and strong central character, that kind of was like the helm of the band. So that's how I wanted to do it. I didn't want to reverse engineer it. Like reverse engineering it is kind of like what a lot of bands do. They like get big and then they do a comic book and they're like, okay, that's cool. But it really has nothing to do with the band, or like it's the band in the comic book, which is a little bit like Josie and the Pussycats, with nothing against Josie and the Pussycats, but that's just not like my vibe. So yeah, I wanted to do something that is more storyboard driven and like more about the character arcs and development. And I love writing stories, and like I've always wanted to write my version of like a Lord of the Rings, or my version of like a Harry Potter, like that sort of a franchise, sort of epic, sort of, you know, supernatural tome. And that's what I'm hoping to get, especially out of this new book. It's pretty epic, you guys. I think you'll really dig it. It's super, super cool.
I think Taco had some beef with you, that you have beef against Josie and the Pussycats, and that's maybe because he's wearing a cat shirt.
I am wearing a cat shirt. This isn't Josie though. First of all, yes, to Josie and the Pussycats. I get what you're saying, but also, come on, man.
Well,
Also,
I love Josie and the Pussycats. I'm not saying that. I just don't want to do another
I get
one
it.
because it's
I
already
get
been
it.
done. It's like
Also,
it's good.
unrelated, Carly Rae Jepsen's playing at Rockfest, and I always thought that she just had Call Me Maybe, and that was the whole thing. She right now has 18 million monthly Spotify. Like, she's got a bunch of bangers.
She's huge. Like people don't think that she has bangers, but she has bangers. Like if you actually
Yeah.
listen to her catalog, you're like, okay, all right, like super like throw the hands up sort of situation there.
Well,
Like really good.
she grow up like she got like this sounds weird, and I don't mean this in a weird way, but she got groomed by like Justin Bieber and his studio and everything like that, and like they put her on that Canadian music artist path, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think she was part of that crew. Like a lot of pop stars that we know and love come from different like squads. Like you have like, back in the day, it was like it was who was before Dr. Luke? Max Martin. You had the Max Martin crew, which was like Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, like all that. And then that graduated into the Dr. Luke crew because Dr. Luke was under Max. So that became the Katy Perry sort of like crew that came out of that sort of thing into like Demi Lovato and all those people. And now, and that was like the US version. And then you had the Justin Bieber crew, which like stemmed into Canadians. Like, so, I mean, there's like all of these like pop formula houses that like do these pop stars. Like everybody's like, oh, they came from nowhere. No, bitch. Excuse my language, but they came from somewhere. Like these are all manufactured people. Like they're in a warehouse. Just waiting.
Can I do that? Can I start a crew and make warehouse artists?
Bitch, you have a crew. You have me. I'm just kidding. You have me and you have my friend. I'm just kidding.
Done. I'm okay.
You have me and you have Hannah Montana. Okay. And you have Kenji. That's your crew.
And you have other Taco.
I'll take it.
And you have other Taco. What are you talking about? You have a crew.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I'm sorry, guys. Also, shout out Perennial. It was a really great band. If you guys
yes.
like bands.
Yes.
I like bands, rubber bands.
Today they on their Twitter, they're probably not watching, but today on their Twitter, the guy was like, hey, we're getting rid of some gear. I'm selling this guitar. And I'm like, oh shit, like if you guys will sign it, I'll absolutely buy your guitar, right? And I'm gonna hang it up right there, right behind me.
Fuck yeah, support the arts, Taco.
Right?
Did they respond back to you?
Yeah.
They're like, who are you? You're weird. I'm just kidding.
Who are you, weirdo? I'm not gonna sign it for
you weirdo?
creep.
Why do you want to really buy our guitar? I'm just kidding.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Did you say, can I buy it from you with crypto?
I did not. No,
that's when they said, what are you, weirdo? I'm just kidding.
Right.
Are you trying to scam us? I'm just kidding. No, we love crypto. Of course we do.
Of course we do. Emily, we love crypto.
Yes.
We love crypto.
Okay. So you guys live really heavily in a cross between Web 2 and Web 3. Emily, you've done a lot of things for the music industry, the artist industry, on the aspects of artist rights, and you've fought different studios to where you ended up having to go out on your own for a while as well, if I remember your story, because the first time I knew you, or I knew of you, I seen you in spaces and stuff like that, and I'm like, hell yeah, I like fucking metal music,
Yeah.
How many times have I gone to Death Fest?
Nice. That's a good one.
3 times.
That's a really good
one.
But nice.
And then like hearing you, like what was really crazy, I was one of 3 men that were invited to speak at the Women of Web3 Summit as like ambassadors,
Oh, nice. Which one was that?
That was in Miami.
So you saw me. I met you there, right?
Yeah, that was the first time I got to see you and hear you directly and stuff. And you were talking about the trials and tribulations of like Pearl Jam and
ticketing with Ticketmaster. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, this woman knows her shit.
Down with the monopoly.
Yeah. But now, and so you've gone through a lot of that stuff. And so you found, I'm going to put words in your mouth, but please tell me if I'm wrong. You found solace in Web3 where you actually had ownership of your assets and that you could pass that ownership on to others.
Well, I mean, I don't like saying ownership because that kind of like beckons to like owning the song, which technically in Web3, if you buy an NFT, you don't own the song per se, as far as like pub rights or master rights or anything like that. It's definitely, you own a collectible of the song. But I do advocate for the rights of the fans and being part of a community that can, because of their monetary giving and their support of like just the monetary value of music, and raising that bar so much to a higher nth degree, those fans become super fans and they become really important and they become the fans that kind of guide the ship. So like, especially for us, a lot of times when I'm, doing things, there's a bunch of people from Discord and also a regular fan base that I'm really close to at this point that have like really like, partaken a lot in the September Morning ecosystem as far as like buying tracks and buying like merch and like coming to shows, like, and following us on tour and like all this sort of stuff. And we become family, we become friends, like they become part of the ecosystem so diligent, like with what they do, that it's kind of like, okay, when I'm about to do something, I'll reach out to them and I'll be like, hey, is this like something that you guys would be interested in? What do you think about this idea? And being able to bridge with a select group of fans that are like super into what you're doing is amazing. It's incredible. It's like next level. And I think that we've missed that a lot from Web2 music. Like there's just been, it's like, the narrative over in Web2 has been like, get as many fans as you can, as quickly as you can, and reach as many, because Spotify pays 0.003 cents per stream. And so you're going to need millions and millions and millions upon millions of fans to stream your music, to get millions and millions and millions upon fans to put the play, get those plays up so you can make like $4 and go to Starbucks and spend it on a coffee. And that to me is just kind of like, that mentality isn't as strong as a narrative of like 1,000 true fans or 100 true fans that can really support you and are there and die hard, because you don't need like millions and millions and millions. You need those really crazy devout fans that will follow you to the depths of hell with your band so that you can like raise it up and start moving forward, because those aren't the fly-by-night fans. Those are the fans that'll be with you in and out of different records and different sounds and things like that. And Web3 is a petri dish of cultivating that type of a fan. And so that's why I really like it over here.
And so one of your
Does that
main,
make sense?
it made total sense to me. Taco, anything you want to add to that?
No, that also
he
makes
wasn't
sense
paying
to me.
attention.
What? I'm sorry.
He's like, I was watching
Emily?
Superman on the side. Yeah, exactly. You're like, I was totally watching Superman on the other TV, right, Taco? I'm just kidding. Taco's heard me say my speech like 14 million times at this time. He's like, oh my God, the same speech. I'm just kidding.
I'm actually watching Gem and the Holograms right now.
I knew it. I knew it. I thought you were watching her. I thought you were watching Hannah Montana, my friend Hannah Montana. I can't believe we got her on the podcast. What's up, girl? I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, I'm doing great. Okay. I've had way too much coffee today, guys. So this is happening.
Emily, are you okay?
I'm on Celsius.
I'm not okay.
3 and 4.
I'm not okay. Send help. I should write like send help and put it on here. All right.
Hey,
anyway, continue.
Hey, Taco, before we get any deeper, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
So I was talking to some coworkers earlier at Gala saying I was going to be on this space with you. And they said, who's other Taco? I know this is your show. Can you do whatever the intro pitch is of who you are, so they have a better I'm terrible at explaining you.
Sure.
You're like, yeah. Can you do an intro on your own show? This isn't awkward at all.
Well, listen, if there's people
not
here,
awkward
if
at
there's
all.
Here,
gala people
you
here,
okay? Wait,
or if there's
you say it, and I'll put her picture up, and she'll be saying it. It'll be like she's talking to the audience.
Hi, Hannah. Oh my God. Wait. Yeah.
Hey, Taco. Can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Player One Taco, but I go by Taco. Player One Taco is my full name, or .eth is my full name, but it is a mouthful. I go by Taco because it is also a mouthful, but it's a good one.
That's what she said. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I've been in blockchain for about 12 years. This intro is horrible.
This is the best intro ever.
Thank you.
What is going on? What is going on this podcast?
So I've been in Web3 for about 12 years. I started as a Bitcoin miner. I owned a sports book, and people would take Bitcoin after giving me cash. I ended up working for a couple different projects, 2016, 2017, on ICOs and marketing. 2015, I started working as a community dev liaison for Clash of Clans for Supercell. And then 2018, ended up going over to EA and working as a community dev liaison for Command & Conquer Rivals, and then helping start up the company Taco Cat and getting that off the ground and running. And so that's sort of where I got the name Taco. Because I've been known as Player One since 2008. Then went through working for a couple different projects here and there, working in Polkadot because I was really into the Polkadot ecosystem and what Gavin Wood was building there. For Stella Swap, I've done contract BD work for Surtech, for Hackin. I do a lot of business development partnerships for different security and audit companies and exchanges. One of the things that I get to do is I travel the world going to blockchain conferences because I feel like we are constantly in education, and I get to go learn from the coolest people in the world, including you guys. I run my own company, 0x Degens. We've been alive for about 3 years, a strategic advisory company, helping anyone in Web 2 to Web 3, partnerships, infrastructure growth, community, A to Z. Right now, I've been working for a while with the Manifest Network, the Lifted Initiative, working on a Cosmos app chain as we're really pushing forward open AI and open source AI, as well as decentralized AWS, decentralized compute and network services. And, I get to do really cool things and talk to amazing people. The way I blow off steam, because I'm in Web3 all the time, is I started creating content in 2018. And then I've had a couple different shows on how to do Web3. 672 days ago, I had been talking about having my own show for a while, daily show. And I figured out at 4:00 in the morning, the day before my show, what it was going to be named. And we started off with TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen. And 672 days later, here we are.
Here we are. That's a ton, man. And you're a super connector.
I talk to a lot of people.
He knows a lot of people.
He knows everybody. He
does know everybody.
I was walking the floor with him at Consensus, and he literally knew every single person.
Really? That doesn't surprise me. That really doesn't surprise me. Why are you licking my armpits? Okay, sorry. Not you. This dog is licking my armpits.
What?
Why are you licking my armpits, guys?
For those that are in the Twitter space only.
That was Rich. Rich, come here. Say hi. Come here. Say hi. This is Rich, my guitarist. This is Rich.
Hi.
Come here.
Hey, Rich.
You guys
GM,
know
GM,
Rich. GM.
So,
No, LFG. He's
oh, geez.
okay.
So for those that are joining us and joining us later, this is an amazing time. We have Emily Lazar from September Morning.
Hi.
She just came off of rehearsal for today because you just finished up a tour that ended in April, if I remember right.
Yeah, but we're going back on tour in like 6 days. So we did six and a half weeks, ended in April, and then I died for a minute, then I was reincarnated. Now I'm back doing another like two weeks with minus like a week in between, so it's like a month tour. And we're doing Summerfest, and we're doing a bunch of dates with Liliac and Deadlands, which are two really cool bands. And then we're doing a festival with Cold. Remember that band, Taco? Cold? You guys remember that? Yeah, so we're doing like I didn't know who they were, and then I had to look up. They had this one song, and I was like, I know, don't judge me. But I had to look them up, and then there was this one song, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of know that song. So, speaking of like older bands and death, this is so uplifting. The dude from that band died today. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What band?
Come, my lady. Come, my lady. Sugar, something.
Ray?
What? No, not Sugar Ray.
No.
Come, my lady. Like, what's the name of that?
Butterfly.
Yeah, You're My Butterfly. What's that? Taco. This is so embarrassing right now. This is so embarrassing. Check my timeline. Check my timeline. It's on my timeline. Stupid fly. No, that's Missy Elliott. Check my timeline. It's on my timeline.
It's in Crazy Town?
Crazy Town, yes. Okay. Speaking of crazy towns, this is us right here, right now. Crazy Town. That guy died. Yeah, he was like 49, I think, 50.
Shifty Shell Shock.
Yeah, Shifty Shell Shock. Yeah. So sad face, but yeah. Rest in peace. He had that song what was that song called? You know what I'm talking about. The Come My Lady.
It's called Butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You're my butterfly. Sugar, baby.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That was it.
Come my lady, you're my butterfly. Yep.
Anyway, I don't know how I segued into that, but there you go. That's how it's done. You're welcome.
Well,
that's how it's done. Mike,
that's how it's done, bitches.
Donald Sutherland just passed away too.
I know. Everybody's dying. Why? Why is this happening? Why?
Age?
Donald Sutherland.
He was
age, yeah.
Older. Well, he must have been maybe in his 80s, right?
Yeah, he was like 400 years old. He was really old. Okay. But he was awesome as an actor.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
I can't name anything he was in, but I know he was really
But he was good in all of it.
He was so good in every single one of those movies. I'm like the worst TV host ever.
He's like 89.
What? Oh, wow. He lived a nice life. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, did you guys see the new thing about the jails that are using AI to reprogram like prisoners' brains so that they don't have to spend like 10 years in jail? They're just going to like reprogram their brain and then like send them on their way. I'm not even kidding. Like, look at my timeline. I posted about it. This is like, okay, remember when you and I think we had this conversation, Taco, about reprogramming brains and your brain is only a hard drive? Case in point, this motherfucker is doing it in a jail, and he's going to make sure that like people like get this neuro something, whatever he puts in your brain, and they're going to reprogram people. And yeah.
So
I think he's from India.
Recreate the 40s through the 70s and do lobotomies again?
I think that would, well, do you remember that movie about those girls that looked like strippers, that the one girl went in for a lobotomy? You know who I'm talking about? What was it called? It was like one word name.
Shit. You're killing
What
me
was the
today.
name of that? You know what movie I'm talking about, Taco. Everybody said I
Yeah.
look like the lead character, and they were like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "No, it's not me. I wish it was me." No, but they all kind of looked like strippers, but they were really hot. But it was a really bad movie, but it was kind of good. Like the CGI was like next level.
Why can't I think of that? I couldn't think of Crazy Town. I can't think of this one now.
I know. My mind is like,
Are you getting up to that age? Do we have to start worrying about you, other Taco?
Maybe.
I've just done too many drugs. So my brain was fried at 25. So like,
Mine
was no hope
fried
for
at
me.
21, and yeah, it was a long
too many
time
drugs.
ago. So no, that's an interesting piece that you bring up, but with both CGI and AI, and I wanted to bring this up to both of you.
Yeah.
What do you think of AI in the music industry?
AI has been in the music industry. When people are like, "Oh my God, AI is going to take over the music."
You muted yourself, Emily.
While we're getting her back, the movie was Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Yes. Emily, you are still muted.
She was about to say all of September Morning's catalog is AI. They didn't write any of that.
Still muted.
Technology's hard. Uh-oh.
The bottom corner. Disconnect your earbuds. Technical malfunctions. All right, Taco. I know what she was going to say. But what was she going to say?
She's gonna say it's already here, man.
It's been here.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the big things on that I saw and heard was that where it started to become a big thing was with Diplo. When Diplo put out his track with supposedly it was Eminem, but that's sort of where it became a big headline. Emily, you are still on mute. It should be the little red button on the mute screen. There you are. You're good.
Yeah.
Can't take me. Oh God, I'm so blonde. But I have nice kids. I'm just kidding. Okay. Hi. Okay. What were you saying? Sorry.
We were talking AI, and AI sort of became a scene in the music industry when Diplo launched his live track with everyone thought was with Eminem, but he then sort of said, no, I wrote that in the style of Eminem, and I had a AI voice augmenter make it. And that's sort of when it became like in everyone's face.
Yeah.
When was it before then for you?
Well, AI has been used to quantize drums, to do auto-tune, tune vocals, do audio alignment with guitars, bass, drums, vocal alignment. It's been used consistently in the music business for a very long time now. So it's nothing new. I think that the way that AI is being used now, because of the development of it, has kind of put it into this realm of replication that is a little bit scary. And I think the biggest turn of events that happened was yesterday when all the big labels started suing an AI company that basically trained their AI on hit songs and copyrighted material. So Warner and Sony and I forgot the other one, Universal, got together and sued this AI company because they're suing them because they're like, you can't just train your AI on our copyrighted music and then let people put this stuff out, because
you're literally, it's plagiarism, like in a way. So like, I think that the precedent set from this lawsuit and what's going to happen with this is going to be very telling of how the music business will go forward from here. Like when it pertains to like AI and rudimentary, like, copyright infringement cases and things like that. We had a similar thing happen when samples were starting to like hit with like, hip hop and stuff like that. There was this like whole big lawsuit era of like people like suing over samples and whatnot. And so there were a lot of precedents that had to be made during that time to kind of like allow people to know like, hey, you can use this, but you have to like give something to the creatives. And it's like big tech is like notorious for moving fast and breaking things, which is great. And I love that, but not at the peril of the musicians and the creatives and the artists that have worked countless hours and put in so much money and time to create a craft that is then just taken and manipulated and then called something else, and then they're given nothing in return for that. They did all the groundwork. They should get something from that. So I think that it's really interesting what's happening right now in the music business with AI.
Do you feel that for me, I think from my perspective, AI generated music is one thing, but people use it to write, they'll write songs or they'll write outlines of songs. Almost, and this isn't against the artists themselves, but I feel like this is almost like more of a front against the writers, because not everyone writes their own music, and if I remember right, the way it is right now, writers actually can't unionize where musicians can. And so like they're sort of at a disadvantage of having a centralized legal force behind them.
Well, I mean, I think any group can unionize, right? Like, I mean, you just have to put a union together, it's like, it's never been really done before. Like in the Writers Association, like it does it in movies and TV. So why can't you do it in songwriting? I mean, you just have to have some people like come together and do it. I mean, a friend of mine, his name's Justin Tranter. He's like, I wrote a song with him back in the day, but he's a really great songwriter, and he just kind of came up to the forefront of the music business now. He wrote like Centuries for Fall Out Boy. He's written a massive amount of hit records, and like him and like there's a bunch of like writers of his caliber that could really get together and do something in the music industry. I think it just takes those people that are at the forefront, like Justin, and like Bonnie McKee and like all of these great writers to kind of come together and set precedent. It's all about setting precedent. And I think that's very, very important right now that like creatives do that, because if we don't do it now at the forefront of this economic and creative change that's happening in the industry, we are going to be playing catch up. And we all understand and know what happened when we played catch up before. It's called streaming. It's called Pirate Bay. It's called, like devaluing music to less than nothing. That's what it's called. And if we had gotten ahead of that instead of like stayed behind it, then we probably wouldn't be in the position we are now. So I'm hoping that like we can kind of circumvent all of those things that are going to happen. And but who knows?
Shout out Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay, and like LimeWire.
Yep.
About a lot and gets reminded of Napster, and now we're starting to see, the response being music companies that are sort of putting creatives first. And that's where like Go Gala was probably one of the first movers that I know of that actually got a foothold, because you guys got good artists on your catalog. I apologize to the people that might have been first movers and just didn't have a good catalog, but recognizing both the artists and the fans and trying to find a balance of them. And we see LimeWire trying to do see Helios Music, we see Vault, Sound, XYZ, and there's a few others that are trying to bridge that gap between the music production, the music company side, and the musicians. And that was sort of where you were talking, Emily, of like the hyper fans almost. Yeah. And then at the same time, you know, recognizing and incentivizing the listeners as well, Taco. Where's Gala sort of had a stand in this?
I mean, really, all that stuff. That is that was terrible. They're watching. The team's watching right now. They're like, "What is happening right now? Who is? Can we get somebody else on the show right now?"
You're like,
Can we get somebody else on? I'm not used to it being thrown to me once Emily gets going. It's like, oh wait, okay, yeah.
He usually checks out and starts making a pizza. When I start talking.
Are we still doing this? Yeah. So
here, talk to her.
Not just a pretty face, Taco.
Has been trying to bridge that gap, right, between the Web2, the Web3. What can, like, the vision was, what can we do differently so that it isn't that old traditional music system where artists aren't getting a fair shake, where fans and artists aren't connecting in a real way. So we're trying to solve really for both of those things. And so selling NFTs, where if you own the NFT, you get rewards based on that NFT's popularity. So with us, if I buy a September Morning track, if it gets plays on the platform, I earn the music token from those plays. And then trying to build in those relationships, like we do it, like the lowest lift is through our Discord. We have a lot of artists come in, hang out. Emily's in there a lot. Like, you're a part of the community, you meet and do things with these artists. We also do things like the biggest example is we had a barbecue at Snoop Dogg's compound last year, where if you had bought X number of NFTs, you got to go to this barbecue, which was, it was insane. It's that sort of thing. I mean, Emily does something apart outside of Gala, where if you go to her shows and you own her NFTs, you're a VIP at the shows, you get a merch discount, stuff like that. So we're building out ways to make that connection better, give fans better access they can't get in other places. And then there's also the degen side of it, where you can earn token, which is, there's a lot of us who love that. Like, a lot of people in the ecosystem came over from the game side, where it's like, oh yeah, I want to earn token, I want to buy things, I want that ROI. We're not supposed to use the word investment. What's the word for investment that isn't investment?
Consumable.
About. Yeah. Rewards. You get rewards.
You're rewarded.
And for degens, that reward is a thing. And so really right now, it's a few things in one, right? There's the degen side where you can earn rewards. There's the artist fan relationship we're trying to build. There's the streaming. There's different ways for artists to earn money. Like, an artist, when you sell the NFT, they get a good percentage of the NFT sale, plus they get streaming rewards as an artist. And so, yeah, we're trying to tackle a lot.
Yeah, and so you're tackling the Web2 people by making it like Gala uses account abstraction to create a wallet for someone right then and there. They don't even really have to know about Web3. They can enter in their credit card, and it sort of brings them in it. They can support an artist however they feel comfortable doing it. They might not fully understand, but you also provide that education piece for them as well. As we have Emily being a distraction, lifting out like,
sorry, I just stretched my leg out.
Leg out like that.
Guys, I was a ballerina. Yeah, and that's a piece where honestly we're still working on, right? The bridging the 2 to 3, which is still hard. Like, you can use a credit card to come buy NFTs and earn the token, but then we still have to teach you, we still have to teach you what to do with that token once you earn it, right? I can buy all these tracks, but now I've earned the music token, and now what do I do? And so if we keep you internal, great. You can use that to go buy some September Morning signed vinyl, which is in our Gala store right now. But if you want to, I love it. But if you want to cash it out, it's harder to cash out. So we're still figuring that out, and we're working on things now that are more gamified, that are more for that entry level bridge, because it is a big jump from come listen to tracks to combine NFT and really get into it. It's a different level of thing.
Yeah.
Do people still buy CDs today?
Yeah, they do on tour. Like we actually had to order some more CDs because people buy them. But that's because rock demographics usually skews a little bit older. So it's like, you know, we have like 30 somethings that come to our shows that still buy CDs. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, they still sell in a merch situation when you're on tour. We do unload quite a bit of them, actually. It's really weird, but we do.
You have people that old in their 30s who come out to shows?
I know. It's just like, yeah, crazy.
Even in their 40s?
30s,
No.
40s, 50s, and then they bring their kids that are like 10, and then their kids love us. Like kids love the band. They're like, they just look at me like I'm a living Monster High doll, which I kind of look like on stage. So they're just like, oh my God. They're
That's the first thing I tell people when describing September Morning is that it's a family band.
Exactly.
Family band does not come to mind when I see September Morning, and that might just be me, but I can see the generational family. But like,
I don't know why not. I really don't know why not. It is so wholesome. I only say fuck like 16 times in body count. I don't know what's wrong with that. Like,
yeah,
nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah. There was this much of me that when you said that you were going to be joining us right after rehearsal, that you were going to be in like full tour makeup and white bodysuit and everything. I was like, she's either going to be in slippers and a robe or full bodysuit, makeup on.
No, I mean, we can do another one where I'm in September Morning gear because I'll be on tour. So we can totally do that. We just have to plan it. Like, it's got to be like, I don't know. We should do it when we're like doing one of these Deadlands show, because then it's like when they perform, I'm just like sitting around for a while. So we can just do it after that. But
Taco, you were living in New York. Didn't you just move? Where are you now? You're in Texas now?
I'm in Texas right now. I still live in New York. But right before you and I were before you hopped on, I just got approved for new house down here, right outside of Dallas. So I take possession on Saturday, but I'm not even going to live in it for a month because I head to New York and then I fly to Brussels to go to ECC and a bunch of conferences over there. And then back to New York and a conference in Rhode Island. And then basically I come back over here like the beginning of August.
Player Taco, I want to talk to you about something in Paris in next year for 2025. Okay. So we should talk about something because, yeah. Remind me. Other Taco too. We should all talk about something.
Well, I have 7 follow-ups to that. I was going to say we should try to catch one of their shows in July. They're in the Midwest, which is, if we met in the middle somewhere in there, could be cool. But it sounds like you're doing 19 conferences. I'm going on holiday at the end of the month. I'm going to be in Paris, in Amsterdam, like the 19th to the 29th. What is the thing in Rhode Island? I'm in Massachusetts. There's a Rhode Island conference?
There's a family office, TradFi, Pinky Out, old money thing that's happening where I'm going to be showing up like I do in normal conference attire because they want to learn about the cryptos.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like in Newport? You mean in Newport?
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It is a Newport thing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Then never mind. I'm not coming down there.
Why not?
You show up in your perennial cat shirt. What?
Woo, let's go.
Hey, I'm going to throw Taco under the bus. He showed up to Consensus wearing his government name on his badge.
No. What?
Listen, everybody knows in our community, I'm not good at the technology. So when I was filling out the thing, there wasn't like sometimes you do the things and you fill it out and it's like, here's all your stuff. And then also, what do you want to have on your badge? But the consensus one, that screen never popped up. And so I just had my government name on there and I had it, and you absolutely, and we saw 4 people, and every 4 people we saw, they're like, yeah, and this is Taco, but his real name is blah, blah, because he put it on his badge like an idiot. But then we went out to the nice people.
I had to walk you to I walked you to the front desk to be like, we need to fix this so people know who he is.
Scratched it off in a Sharpie and like written Taco.
Yeah, it was bad. I did feel much better. I felt much better after we fixed that.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Well, it's good that you had each other, because I'm worried now.
Yeah. We did that. We went to the fights together. He got us VIP bracelets just for being charming.
Yeah,
I love that. Well, of course, 2 handsome fellas. Like, what,
he was like, yeah, I'm with, and then he said, I'm with him. I kept walking away, and he's like, oh, I'm with him, and to someone, and they're like, oh, okay, here, you get a VIP bracelet.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
So I'm glad I got you VIP, and that fight was amazing.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Straight up, that was a blast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I want to fight somebody in Web3.
I also do now. Do you want to fight, Emily?
I don't want to fight you.
Emily, you want to fight?
I don't want to fight either one of you. I want to fight somebody that I want to fight, and there's a list.
Oh, hey, okay. I've got a list.
Heel being the first one, because that motherfucker rugs everyone.
Who is it?
Sahil, that dude.
Oh,
like, is doing all the celebrity meme coins and rugging everybody. Like, I want to fight him. I would take him down so hard. He is I like, if he sees this broadcast, I want to fight you, Sahil. Look at these guns. I could throw down.
Boom.
Nice. I might be able to make that happen. Maybe not Sahil, but if you want to fight another woman.
Oh, I don't want to fight a woman.
I'll see what I can do.
I would like to fight a woman.
Anyway.
Hey,
okay, well, that's a whole other thing. Let's not get into that, because we'll have people going, oh my God, they're against that, whatever. I don't know. Somebody will make something up that we're offending somebody. So let's not offend anyone, right?
No, I don't want to offend everybody. Yeah.
But like, I have to go, guys, because I got to eat some food, because I haven't eaten all day, and I think I'm going to faint.
Okay, so we're going to save that other big news for next time.
Yes, we have to we should set up a space, like an official space for that news with Taco and Taco. And
yeah.
I need a Taco name, because I feel left out.
Yeah, Taco has to be there.
Yeah, so we have to do it. But
only win.
Yeah, so I'll get at you on DMs or whatever. So
yeah, and for everyone that doesn't know, I almost went on tour with Emily too.
Yes, but he wouldn't do it, and I was like, all right. I was so sad. I was like, this bitch isn't gonna do it, is he? He's like, oh no, I'm too busy, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Because
it literally, you picked the most busiest conference cycle schedule piece, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna have to miss out on this conference, this conference, this conference, and this conference, and this conference, and this conference, and I'm like, that's like, no, I can't.
You could have, though, because it would have been so cool. You would have had so much fun.
Oh, I know I would have had fun, and I know it would have been cool. Don't get me wrong on that. That's a given.
Yeah. Anyway, next time we'll figure out another. It has to be like a long tour, because yeah, that's when we really need a driver. So yeah.
They trust me to drive.
How stupid am I? How stupid am I? Anyway, I love you guys. I got to go eat. And there's like cat hair or something in my mouth. I don't know what's going on, but
and there's not a cat present. There's not even a cat there anywhere there.
No, that's why I'm so confused.
What the?
You cat air in
geez.
my mouth.
Emily, before you go,
Yes, what?
before you go, you're not gonna be here for the end of this, but before you go, 10 seconds, words of wisdom.
Wait, what? 10 seconds worth of, pertaining to what? Like, there's so much I could say.
I'm counting down now.
Give me a topic.
Emily's words of wisdom.
Yeah, but what's the topic?
Pet care.
Words of wisdom.
Pet
Cat
care. Okay, here we go. Pet care. Words of wisdom. Be nice to your dog, but be like, you have to discipline your animals, because animals will like literally walk all over you, just like men, if you don't discipline them. So, always discipline your dogs and discipline your men. That's my words of wisdom.
We've heard it here. Discipline your men and treat them like dogs.
No, discipline your dogs.
Got
and discipline your men. It's very simple. I'm just saying.
Mrs.
Okay,
Taco is already practicing that, so we're good on our end.
You know, that's why I like Mrs. Taco. She's amazing. She's amazing. Look up to her. Okay, I love you guys.
Thank you.
And oh yeah, Hillary says thank you for having me on.
Oh, Hannah. I'm a big
Bye,
fan.
guys. Okay, now how do I turn this thing off?
She is amazing. Oh,
yeah,
man.
she's great.
Taco,
Yes, sir.
how have you been, man?
I think good, right? It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not crypto related. In Massachusetts, everyone's getting a heat wave right now. It's been like 1,000,000 degrees out.
Why do you think
It's
I'm
a lot.
inside?
Yeah, I'm inside too. I think my office is the only one without any kind of connection to AC, but I close the door when I'm doing stuff like this, so like you can't hear dogs barking and things. And so, yeah, it's hot, but it's good. It's good, man. I booked a vacation because it's important to take some personal time. Right?
Where are you going?
Paris.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All
Doing the whole touristy thing.
All right. Come July, if you're still over there, head over to Brussels around, I get to Brussels on the 5th of July.
I'm going to be there too late. We fly into Paris on the 19th.
Okay.
And then we're going to spend a few days in Amsterdam and then come back down to Paris to do a couple days at the Olympics.
Nice. Okay. You're doing the
I didn't
Olympics.
know there was cool stuff going on, or else I would have tried to plan it different. But Mrs. Taco is a wedding photographer, and so we had to do it geared around when she had weddings, weekends free that we could both take off. So, but it's a good like midsummer. Let's check out. Let's get out of here. But yeah, fun gala stuff happening. We've got some fun artists who just came on. Macy Gray just dropped an exclusive track, which was really fun. We did an AMA with her, which was a lot. I don't know if you're into drag culture, but we just dropped an exclusive track with Laganja Estranja, who you might know from RuPaul's Drag Race, or might not know if you don't follow drag at all. But I thought that was super cool. Money D just dropped the track today. He's one of the original members of Digital Underground. So
I saw that. I saw that drop today. I know RuPaul. Like, I don't know RuPaul, but I know of RuPaul, and I think I've heard the name before. I think you might have mentioned it or somewhere along the wires. Gala music is doing some big things.
We're doing some stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk a lot about death row stuff, but like most of our team's in LA, and they just had like a big in-person meeting with like a bunch of the death row team yesterday, working on a bunch of new death row stuff. They're super into like re-engaging and doing a bunch of things with us. So that could be, I think, really sweet once we get that rolling.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you're into that.
I'm into that. I'm into those things. These things are fun, because like you said, you're trying to bridge, that gap. One of the things I really wanted to hear, like Emily's take on, because I know she's been accused of it, but like this whole celebrity token thing. What are your thoughts on it?
That's different because if it's meme coins, it's meme coins. Like it's great if they have utility and they're cool and you can build a community around them, but they're fun, right? If you're doing meme coins, you know it's fun. So I'm fine with it as long as it's not a rug, which a lot of them turn out to be rugs, and that's the downside. And so, like, expect it to not make you a millionaire. I guess that's the problem, is that if you come in and you look at it and you're like, hey, this celebrity's doing a thing, I'm going to buy a bunch and be a millionaire. That's not going to happen for you. But if you're just doing it for fun with everybody else, then that's fine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is their heart in the right place?
You know, well, we see a lot of it, you know, where it all depends where their intent is. And we've seen people that try to do it and then get like whatever those backroom deals are that got them to that point,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then realize that they were doing something effed up. Like, I got to give a huge shout out to Iggy Azalea, you know, and how she's sort of taken over her community project and stuff.
Yeah, Mother. That seems to be a good example of it. You're right. It's totally, even if the celebrity, their heart and their head is in the right place, there might be other people pulling strings they might not even realize exist to be pulled, which changes things. And then you're dealing with all the, you know, and Web3 isn't the easiest place to be in. Like Web3 Twitter can be pretty brutal, right? Crypto Twitter is not. It's hard. It's tough. It's tough out there.
I don't think it, but it all depends, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't know. What do you think? Stay out of it?
No, it's one of those things to where I think that if, you know, the way it goes, there's always a right way, a wrong way, and a first way of doing something. And so if someone's wanting to do something and they don't know anything, they're like, oh, this is another way to engage with my fans and get more. Like, I don't know what these pitches are like. Like, hey, I can make you $1 million in a day, you know, and some musicians or artists or celebrities are like, I get paid $3 million to like do a movie. So no, like, or if there's some other like enticing hook, like this is going to get you new fans. This is going to, you know, recognize them. And then they don't know all the backings to it. I don't know the inner workings of those conversations, but then we have a lot of scam, you know, that come out and like do it multiple times. And you're like, who are you talking with? You know, that might be the focus.
Yeah, 100%. And that's not dissimilar to what we go through with Gala. Like different NFT projects, it's kind of the same. Like talking to artists who they make money, they have money. Like what's the thing beyond that makes sense for them? And finding that equilibrium between how does it benefit you and how does it benefit us and how does it benefit the fans? And having those conversations, it's because you don't want it to just be, you know, cash grab. Oh, cool, we'll do this thing and we'll make some money and that's all there is to it. I don't want that from my celebrity meme coins, and I don't want that from like my music NFT offerings or anything really. So it's tough. Like Money B's in our Discord today, like hanging out. He's like, oh yeah, I get it. I understand Web3. I like this. This is cool. How can we partner? How can we make it right for everybody? And that's, I think, what you want from all of it, right?
But you know, and I've gotten to talk with different people like Grant Cardone, you know, or Cardone, you know, and these other people that have huge followings and they're wanting to, they're asking questions. So it's like, but then there's people that just show up and they listen to their advisors. And don't get me wrong, sometimes these advisors have gotten them right on a lot of different things. So they got to trust that. But then who are the advisors listening to? You know, so it comes to, it's a weird mix out. I do want to, you know, and I apologize if he's done anything with Gala, but I got to throw Soldier Boy under the bus because it's like he put out like a tweet last week or something like that, or earlier this last week, and it was like his third token in like 2 weeks or second token in 3 weeks, something like that. And I'm like,
no, we haven't done anything that, like that's the sort of thing that feels gross, right?
Yeah. And so does like Gala Music going after like artists that, you guys have this standard format, I think, that tries to find this balance between the artist, extra food on the table for the artist, but also like this thing, like, are they in like a contract? Anyone can walk away from anything, but like, this is a contract that you're doing something and this is something that you're going to be a part of. Or is it a one and done type of thing?
It depends on the artist, but that's what we're trying for, right? Like the team has a lot of amazing connections, and it's finding the right partnerships with the right people that makes sense. Like Macy Gray is a great example. Like she's a household name. People know who Macy Gray is. She's looking at new ways now in her career. Like, how do I expand my fan base? How do I, things are changing. I want to be a part of the new technology, new art, new communities, new developments. And so like she came in to do a Discord stage. It's like, why is Macy Gray in our Discord stage? But it was amazing. And she's offering experiences to people because it makes sense to her to do stuff. And that's, I think, what you want, who people are going to be engaged and they get it and they understand. And it's not just, give me $100,000 and I'm going to give you a song and you're never going to hear from me again.
Yeah. Macy Gray, like, is her okay? I have 2 pictures of Macy Gray in my head.
Yeah.
Training Day, and then that one song.
Perfect.
Like, where in the middle is she? Or is she like neither?
I think she's both. She was so I hadn't talked to like her team a lot. Like we did one meeting that was like a pre-meeting before the AMA because she'd never done Discord stuff, like how to get in there, what's it going to be like, and like my AMAs are a lot like your show. It's like it's going to be what it's going to be. Like I do some prep work, I have like some questions, some thoughts about things, but you kind of want to just let it flow, right? You react to what's happening, and so I didn't know what to expect from Macy because she's it's Macy Gray, and so it's like, okay, this could be terrible, this could be amazing. I've got a bunch of stuff and questions, and she's being super chill and super funny. And like we talked about Waffle House, and then she was talking about like eating gummies and playing 2K, and it like just got into like a real casual, really cool. It's like, oh, she's just like a really great hang. Like you want Macy around,
Yeah.
And so but those are the kinds of artists we want. And the kind of people I think we want to connect with, because a lot of our community who was in there afterwards were like, holy shit, like she's a real actual person. And that's fun. And you learn those things that you wouldn't normally get to learn. And maybe we get to offer an experience where like you get to hang out playing 2K with Macy Gray, which for me is one of those things like, oh shit, you wouldn't put that on your bucket list because you wouldn't know to think of that to put on your bucket list. Or like we have like Laganja Stranja, and we're talking to her. She's a big cannabis advocate in just life, but also she's a super famous drag performer. And so if you're a fan of hers, it's like, oh, the thing I would like to do most is just have a smoke out with her. And so we're working on doing that. We can get together with her, hang out, and smoke weed. And it's the kind of thing like you can't do that, right? And that's the kind of stuff I want when we're talking about bridging Web2 and Web3. Come listen to music, but also go to a Snoop barbecue, smoke weed with Laganja Stranja, play 2K with Macy Gray. Like this is the stuff where I'm like, yes, people understand this.
Or get suckered into playing Mario Kart with other Taco, who's like, oh, I think I've played the, and then he's like, I'm a ranked player.
Okay, so yeah, I'm really fucking good at Mario Kart. What do you want me to tell you?
Tell me that so I have no problem being exit liquidity, sir.
Is it so? Honestly, is it that I'm really good, or are you not very good at Mario? Because I was That was a dominant showing on my part.
I would say both.
Is it a mix?
It's a both thing.
I used to play a good amount of it. It's been a while, but it's like riding a bike, right? Like it's just shells and banana peels, right? You don't lose that.
But what I love about games like that, we can sort of talk at the same time, you know, and have a blast. Like I will be honest, I did not have one bad feeling about getting my ass handed to me. You know, I was like, again.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just fun, and it doesn't feel. I wasn't feeling competitive. Things just happened the way they happened. It's a great social game. Sometimes we play Fall Guys in our community, and we'll be in a Discord voice chat and share a screen and play Fall Guys, because that's another one of those games where we're just hanging out talking while we're running around as whatever those little beans are. And imagine you're doing that, but Macy Gray is also in there playing and talking to you.
Okay, so a hat warning, red flag warning came on in my head when, and I want to bring this up.
Yep.
Because this was something you said. You onboarded Macy Gray to Discord and taught her how to log in and stuff like that. Are you talking to any of these artists right away about like Web3 security or Discord security? Are you hoping they already have that in play in some way, shape, or form?
You know what? That's a really great question. I don't know if that's part of our comms with the artist from the artist team, but that 1,000,000% should be, because they have a wallet through Gala that we give them. I'm gonna write that down, because that seems like that sounds like a stupidly obvious thing.
Yeah,
but you're 100% right.
Teaching, you know, like Discord's, because one of the major reasons why I dislike Discord is because how exploitative it is. You know, Macy could be like, oh, you know, next thing you know, she could be thinking she's talking in a different Discord, thinking it's Gala, you know, or, you know, because she clicked on a link from a fan message or something.
Yeah, or somebody has a fake Taco profile. And it's like, oh, it's Taco. I know this guy.
Or admin profile.
Yeah. You know what? That's a great question.
You know?
Yep. What are the other red flags? Let's talk red flags.
Red flags?
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
That like, because like Web3 security for me is a really big thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I talk about it a lot. I actually got some, like, right before the show started, I had to put out a post because a few people like DM me asking me if I got hacked late last night or early this morning and stuff like that, because I find out that some people are watching my wallets, which is cool. That's one of the things I love about Web3, and I publicly put my wallets out there so people can, you know, that's what I get paid through, and you know, so people can say, yes, I paid you for something, or no, I didn't, you know? You know, it's one of those things that I talk a lot about, you know, and cover a lot. And so, but it seems like, you know, people that are new to Web3, they always expect someone, like, this is something that might have already been talked to about them by someone else. But I always like, you know, cover it, you know, like I just got to spend, you know, I have a demo day for one of my AI cohorts of a bunch of graduating founders, you know, from our incubator and stuff. And so I've been meeting with them, you know, Sunday, today, and yesterday. And these are people that are computer engineers that have been building models and machine learning for, you know, 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, but they're building stuff on the forefront of technology. And I'm literally telling them, hey, in Zoom, if you're muted, you can press your space bar and it will temporarily take you off of mute. And they're like, oh, I never knew that. No one ever told me that. And I'm like, yes, technology. So I you know, I don't want people to be looked at as a, you know, rather go through those like little growing pains of like, you would think that this is a known thing, but let's bring it up just in case, especially in a new field, you know?
Yep. I love that.
So,
yeah.
Web3 onboarding includes more than just having a wallet, you know?
Yep. You need a cool nickname.
Yeah.
You need security. How's that?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
You have a pretty cool nickname, man.
If anybody watching this tries to go take advantage of Macy because I said that we just onboarded her, I'll be so pissed off.
He'll throw a table at you.
I will find you. I will find you.
You heard it here first, folks.
Right.
Taco will find you. Taco, you show up. You have some of the coolest swag. You got some of the coolest swagger. You know.
I appreciate that. You saw a couple of my new Gala baseball shirts that I ordered.
Yeah.
That
they literally say Taco on them.
Yeah, they say Taco on the back, like a baseball jersey. It's Gala Music on the front and Taco on the back, so people know it's definitely me. Because that's part of people in the community, like they see me doing stuff like this, but they're not paying attention. A lot of times you don't know what people look like. And so it's nice to have a little, like people can find you at the con because you're wearing all your con passes. Like for me, it's like, oh yeah, I'm wearing a Gala Music shirt and I've got a Taco on the back. But I have to pay for all those myself. I order them on myself because the team is terrible at merch. Gala Music is bad at merch. There, I said it.
I know this musician that is really awesome at merch.
I know a lot of musicians who are awesome at merch. And we're a music company. We should be crushing the merch game. But
you should be the merch game.
Yeah, but I look good, so it's a win. I'll take the win. Right? While the team is getting their shit together, I'll take the win.
Okay. Hey, I thought Gala dressed you, and I thought Gala did a great job.
But no, that's all me. I'm taking 100% of the credit. Some people will be like, yeah, Gala did it. Go team. No. That's me.
All right. And so you're restarting, you've been the community manager for over a year and a half now?
No, it's been over 2 years. It was 2 years in April.
2 years in April?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a long time.
You have a show called Top of the Drop, but you're rebranding it, right?
So we're rebranding it to, we're calling it The Sync. And we have an intro that I made the new intro. I'll send it to you so you can see it. And now we're just dialing in a little bit. If it was up to me, I just send that shit, right? Just, hey, Taco, put together a show for 3 days from now. Awesome, great, let's do it. We want it to be a little bit tighter, a little bit more organized.
Edited?
I guess edited. I don't know. I think part of my charm is that we'll figure it out. Right?
Yeah. All right.
Close enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I was honored I got to be on Top of the Drop.
Yeah, you did. Perfection is the what is it? Perfection is the enemy of that's not bad, I guess.
One of my best reviews of a hotel I stayed at was, hey, at least I didn't die.
There you go. Yeah. And that's my pitch. That's my pitch for the rebranded show. No one's gonna die. So we have the app, and the app team is spectacular, and they probably don't get enough credit. But like, we just did a whole new app update with some cool new stuff. There's a new vibe mix thing that you can do to follow different vibes to discover new music on it. They're always upgrading what they're doing. And so it'll be some part like, hey, here's the new app updates. Here's the new stuff on the platform. Here's the cool new artists. Here's a clip of Macy Gray talking about Waffle House. Here's what, the new experiences we have for sale in our store. Here's some stuff we should be selling for merch that we're not selling for merch. but we should be selling for merch. I'm going to do a community highlight thing where we do like hey, this community member crushed this last week. Let's send them some gear.
Okay.
I'll send them some gear, some merch that they can't get in our merch store. It'll just be some custom stuff from me that they can show off.
Because if you want real stuff, you got to go through Taco.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I had I did a fantasy football league for Gala Music in the fall, and we had like a private channel just for that group. And the winner, I made a custom jacket for a custom fantasy football Gala Music champion jacket. One of one. Like, how do you top that?
Nice. Did you turn it into an NFT too?
No. That's too much. I could have. I wouldn't know how to do that. And then I have to hit you up and be like, hey, I could ask the team, but it's embarrassing. How do I make an NFT out of this jacket? Right?
Okay. You guys, so has the Gala released an app that like I could go download from like the Play Store or Apple Music, Apple iPlay Store?
Yeah. It's just Gala Music is the name of the app.
Amazing. So we want people to go and download Gala Music from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store.
Yep. And they should go do that. You can listen to all the tracks on there. There's a ton of different playlists if you want to do playlists. If you own tracks, if you're listening on the app, those listens count toward the plays in the ecosystem for rewards, which is amazing. We do live performances through there. Jewel Chang. Wait a minute. Is Jewel Chang tonight or is Jewel Chang tomorrow night?
I don't even know who Jewel Chang is.
What? How was that? Does that sound like
I feel like I just got put in my place.
Oh shit. It's tonight. I should make an announcement for it. I'm glad we're having this conversation and see how I don't really know what's happening, and that's part of the charm. Right?
What's this announcement you want to make, Taco?
Hey everybody, if you follow our advice and go download our app, or you can do it on our platform, just go to music.gala.com. And if you log in 27 minutes and 45 seconds, Jewel Chang is doing a live show. She's gonna play some tracks live. She's one of the artists on our platform. She joined us super young when she was 16. I think she's 17 now. Super talented singer-songwriter. She's in LA. Amazing. And you can replay old ones. Tomorrow, Money B is doing a sit-in with Money B. If you're a Money B fan, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, because you're a Digital Underground fan. And so, great. And there's a bunch of the old ones you can watch if you just want to see what some other people have done. There's some cool ones in there.
There's the announcement. Announcement made.
We did it.
That means you're gonna have to go soon.
I probably should. Also, at some point, Mrs. Taco is probably gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna do dinner at some point." But I did warn her. I said that I was coming on your stream. I didn't know how long it was gonna be. Sometimes your streams are 1 minute. Sometimes your streams are 12 hours.
5 minutes is like the shortest. Because there's a 3-minute intro video.
Sure, but we've done them. We did one that was like 5 hours. We did one that was long.
Yeah, it wasn't 5 hours. I think it was like 2.
It was longer than 2.
I don't know. It felt like 30 minutes.
I don't know. It was somewhere between 30 minutes and 11 hours. But you've done long ones. The point is, I told her, hey, it's under Taco. It lasts as long as it lasts. That's the whole thing. It's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. All right. But you have some amazing stuff going on with Gala Music tonight. Jewel Chang, who I don't know who is,
But you're gonna learn.
I gotta go cook some steaks.
Or you know what? Yeah, cooking steaks that checks out.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about the platform is she's gonna do her thing tonight, and then it'll just live there. You can go watch it tomorrow. You can be like, oh damn, AD Empire did their thing last night and I missed it. I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go check it out. Well, sure. I gotta say, I gotta go download the app. I still was using the web browser stuff.
Download the app, man. Everybody go download the app. It's easy and it's fun.
All right.
And give it 5 stars, even if you don't think it's worth 5 stars. And then and let us grow into it.
Okay.
How's that?
All right.
I don't want to be that guy. If you don't like it, give it however many stars you want.
Yeah.
Or don't even download it, but you should download it if you want.
No,
If
don't.
you're
Now
bored-
you're just confusing everyone.
Guys, go download it, please.
That is what you should have said.
The marketing team said I can keep going on shows like this as long as there's some kind of return. And every time I'm a guest on a show, there needs to be at least 3 new downloads, or I don't get to do this anymore. So can 3 of you please go download the app, and then I can keep doing my job. Is that good?
That I think we can get that. I hope.
So for me, it's all about achievable dreams. I could say I need 1,000 people to go sign up right now, and now it feels like a stretch to me. But 3, that's achievable, right? We can do that.
Well, yeah, we should have. If we really wanted to plan that out, we wouldn't have made this show up 24 hours ago. And I could have marketed a little bit about it, and maybe some more people would have showed up. We could have had gala music on stage, so people would have been like, "Oh, what's gala music doing? Oh, what's Taco Gala doing? What's Emily Lazar doing?" Instead, I just wanted to make this a friend hangout because I love you both.
Yeah, and really, if we go back, I kind of hijacked it because you asked Emily to be on it, and she's like, "I'm rehearsing for something," and I'm like, "I'll do it, I'll do it." And you're like, "Fine, Taco could do it." And then she's like, "Oh, I can do it too." And then it was all of us.
Well, no, like this is how I felt. I was like, I'm bugging Emily. And then you're like, "Well, let me know." And I was like, and Emily was like, "I'm busy." And I was like, "Well, fine then. I have someone else." And then she was like, "I'm free." And then I was like, Taco, I was really bugging her, but Taco, what about both of you? And you're like,
we made it work. Hey, I don't care. I'll be a fill-in whenever you need. I'm next up. I'm in the batter's box. I'm all-time batter's box, ready to go.
Yes. All right. And maybe we should play some Web3 games sometime.
We 100% should do that. I like games.
Have you been playing Parallel?
I've not played Parallel.
Okay. Did you play Magic the Gathering?
No. I watched a repeat of one of your streams earlier. Is that what you're talking about, where it's the cards?
Yes. Super slow. Yeah. It's fun. I love strategic turn-based card games. I love losing nonstop at them, but I like fast-pacedness and I'm waiting for Magic the Gathering. Or we could play a shooter. I love dying in that.
Mm-hmm. I'm big on dying. Shooters are great.
Yeah.
Racing, obviously, I'm keen on. Whatever you want, man. I'm there.
Awesome. That sounds like fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Let's wrap this up because you now have roughly 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Till you got to go make an announcement, and you're going to be
if I don't make an announcement, they're going to be really pissed.
Taco made me leave his show, and I guess we're going to go talk with Jewel. That's who I thought you were going to say, Jewel, and then you were like, Jewel, I forget the last name.
Chang.
Jewel Chang. Yes.
Not Jewel. Although I was just talking about Jewel with my wife yesterday for a while. One of her songs came up, I don't know why, and I didn't really know what the lyrics were. I'm like, oh, those lyrics are weird. She had a couple of different phases, apparently, as an artist that I wasn't aware of, but, good for her. And she's from Alaska. I don't know what happened to Jewel, but I don't know. I hope
that's how I learned who Jewel was, because I'm from Alaska.
That's not true.
True.
So she's like famous there, right? So for you people, Jewel is like the thing, the highest, the peak.
I moved out of Alaska in like 97.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
And the last time I went there was in 2020, when there was that little tiny window of COVID break, because I had a rugby tournament to go play in up there.
Oh, nice.
And I got to go play on the Field of Dreams.
The
That
one
was
that's
pretty
just light out forever.
It was Land of the Midnight Sun. It was amazing.
I love that. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
It sounds really fun. It's probably actually would get eventually boring, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
but cool.
Yeah. You know. Taco, I have had an amazing time, and it sounds like we have more things to talk about later on, I guess. Maybe another show. Maybe we do business live.
Yeah, we should do business live. I'm cooking something up with Emily Lazar because we enjoy shenanigan. It has to be shenanigan.
Shenaniganing? Shenanigan.
I don't know. And now I need to look it up.
Or write it out.
And then I'll know that I'm wrong. No, it just sounds right. I don't know. Yeah, she's great and she's super smart and she knows a lot of people. And she does, it's not, you have to find the people, like you were talking about the artists, who, like, I know the things I'm good at and I know the things I'm not good at. And so you find those other people when you're doing team stuff and it's like, hey, we're going to make this thing work. We're going to be different pieces of the pie and come together and it's going to be delicious.
I heard pie. I'm down.
Right?
Wait,
and now
what?
I'm gonna go make an announcement. I'm also gonna make a steak. I'm gonna watch Jewel Chang's thing on the Gala Music app, go download it, and then I'm gonna eat a pie.
Pie, steak. This sounds great. As we come to an end, you know how this goes. Taco, 10 seconds, final thoughts, words of wisdom. What do you got?
Words of wisdom. Hey, man, all of us are so busy all the time. Take the personal time to plan an actual vacation sometimes because you're going to regret it if you don't, and your wife may or may not threaten to leave you. Take the vacation. You earned it.
You earned it.
I really did earn it.
You did. I think you did.
Truly. I feel it.
I want to thank everyone for joining us for TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 672. I had two amazing people in music. Emily Lazar, who will soon be known as DJ Laser, I guess, maybe?
Yep.
And other Taco, also known as Taco Gala, from Gala Music. Please go download the Gala Music app. And my words of wisdom are always the same. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. With that, we get to end like we've ended every single episode with the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. And I love this joke. This is great. We've said this joke 671 times. That's how good it is. Are you ready for it, Taco?
I'm so ready.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?